what it is, what it is, what it is. I'm blessed to the God, aka low to the bread.
Potato bread piece, aka the whole piece.
Oh, we are the Bread Talk Show.
You know what it is,
know
what it is, what it is.
Bread Talk Show.
Y'all know what it is. So we back at it, we back at it.
We back at it, man. You know what I'm saying? Man, you know we do. How the week was, baby.
The week was what it was, man. Get to it, making sure we get to it. Do the week, get to it, and get to it, and get to it.
Get to it, and getting to it is the only way to get to it.
The only way.
Get to it. You know
only one way to get to it.
You know what it is? Same gravy warmed over, man. Salute to Snake and Broski. What up? You know what I mean? It's regular shit, man.
Yeah, man.
Oh, we got football this afternoon.
Yeah.
We back to the pigskin, baby.
Back to the pigskin.
So I'm letting y'all know now, all the non-football fans, you will be getting a little bit of football commentary every Sunday moving forward. I'm letting y'all know that. Because we are football fans. So we're not going to do it disjustice to the people. We're not talking about football. We will talk about football. And the favorite Dallas Cowboys, you know.
All day.
Yeah. So, we not going to waste no time. You know what I'm saying? We gonna jump right into it. We got the move bop, school box. You know what I'm saying? Got the tutti fruity, fresh and fruity. You know what I'm saying? The little Richards right here, move bops and bops. You know what I'm saying? We had this before, so you know we got the medium body, the regular joints. We all torched up, so we gonna get to it.
Got the gun.
You know what I'm saying? Got the torches. Our handles, we just run around with the handles. The extendo, you got the extendo. I got a little 30 clip. You got a light on and shit.
Yeah, I can catch a nigga from fall.
Oh man.
Yeah. Tell you what, ain't nothing like a nice steak after you sat down, ate your breakfast, and said, let's get ready to film.
I like it. What's the name? I get my little cup of decaf through my bullshit. Smoke me a stick and have me some decaf.
That's it.
Alright, so I'll tell you right now, you gotta excuse me, people. I'm doing a little detox right now, a little 3-day boy. So I will cheat though. A little Sean John for Gone for John. Sean. Well, the little Pinot Grigio Veligio.
Well,
right here, little cabin.
Only thing I'm gonna be fasting right now is how fast I'm gonna open up this bottle.
Oh, I ain't
because it's cold as in the bin.
It's a little detox, get the gut together. But
ain't nothing wrong with that.
Wait a minute.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, it's not as cold as the Pimp Hard tonight. I'm sorry. I say right now.
It really isn't.
A couple of cups will make me colder than the Pimp Hard. I'm gonna be colder than the Pimp Hard, but this ain't colder than the Pimp Hard. I'm telling you right now. This is how we gonna do this. The gloops. We gonna do that, and it's twisty. I gotta try this out. This Pinot Grigio for real, though. Real shit.
Cabin.
No bullshit. Little cabin, man. Little cabin. Know what I mean? Jump in that.
Well, you still gonna get the smoke.
Get your little chicken or something.
Get the smoke.
Little white wine, little chicken or something.
Maybe a little fish, a little flounder or something.
And you smell it.
Hate it or love it, the dogs on top.
Give me a little effervescence.
Effervescence.
Now I see what year this is.
Effervescence. That's elegance.
Effervescence. Yeah, I get the little. See what year this is. Do it like pops. From the way.
Oh, real quick.
Michael.
Rest in peace of Michael K. Williams.
Michael K. Williams, man. Omar's coming. You heard?
Omar's coming.
Yo, rest in peace, man.
He was actually worse than Debo.
Let's get him a moment of silence. Brooklyn native, too. We're going to get a moment of silence, please. Michael K. Williams. Omar's coming, people.
Omar's coming.
Yo, sleep in peace, rebel. Like, just not to touch, I'm not going to dig, what little drugs is involved, apparently. Allegedly. And a comedian died a few days ago before that. And a couple people died at a party. They had a party and a couple people. fuck with this fentanyl. This fentanyl shit. They got some fentanyl thing going on.
That shit different.
Stay away from that, man.
That shit different, bro.
That shit taking you out.
I ain't gonna hold you. That shit different, man. But you know what? For all those out drug users and all those abusers, man, get it together, man. Please, really, please, get it together, man. We killing ourselves, man.
That brother was on. He was moving too, and everything. Anytime you turn around, he had that Lovecraft show on HBO.
Yeah.
He was getting to it.
You know what I'm saying? He made the scar work. He had that scar on his face. He made that scar work, man. That was a very creative
He the first
on his part.
He the first homosexual thug.
And
That was popular
that
though.
was popular and was getting to
Love. Omar coming.
word though.
Omar booked everything.
Everything.
Whistling.
And the Andy Whistle, and the sad part is niggas be in the streets booking niggas. He would book niggas and throw this shit down the sewer.
Yeah, he book your food and throw
And
it
then
out.
throw it out. He don't want it.
He wants
just,
bread.
He just wants you to just deal with it.
Yeah, he just booked you for recreation. He just booked you
He's
just
a
to book.
recreational booker.
Word the mother.
Word the mother.
All
I'm
right,
gonna call him
people.
Rec Booker. All right,
So
let's get to it.
to it. We're gonna jump into it, hop into it. To the meat, potatoes, tofu, and asparagus, the grass and the worms, baby. Whatever we do.
The onions and the scallions.
Onion, scallion.
All
well,
mixed together.
Yeah, I mix it up in the pot. Rude boy. I mix it up. Shout out to Rude boy.
Shout out to the original.
I mix it all together.
I mix it all together.
I do my bullshit. I mix it
I do my
all
bullshit.
Alright, well, we're gonna get to it. Alright, let's present this shit the right way. We scrape the pot, stir the pot, all that. Y'all know what it is. I threw the stir
Same
and the stir.
shit, ain't
Alright, we season it, got to the bottom, try to get the crust off the bottom. Alright, cool. So let me present this to the people the right way. Is it right or wrong? Is it right or wrong to tell your kids not to, well, is it right or wrong to tell your son not to trust women? Or is it right or wrong to tell your daughter not to trust men? And we'll dig in deeper than that, but I just had to give y'all just where we going with it. So basically, is that something you should instill in your son, not to trust women, never trust a female?
Well, my take on that is it depends on the individual's ways of thinking and how real it is, heart-wise, on explaining that message. So, for example, if you had a bad situation, say I'm a man, say me, for example, just an example. If I had a bad situation with a female, right, or somebody that was dear to me or whatever like that, and it had a bad turnout. Whether it's was due to cheating, whether it's due to stealing or something from you, whether it's due to a bad decision that might have made things worse with the person, with the two people's relationship. Do you turn around and say, well, you know what, my experience was like this, so due to my experience, you should be able to pay attention to that, or you just say, you know what, pay attention to these things and you let the other person figure it out. You let your kids figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Opposed to saying, no, you better not, or you better make sure. Because let's say, it's duly noted, everybody's not the same. And we all make mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the teaching part is one thing, but to force someone to have your views about how you feel because you had a bad experience, I think that's wrong. I think so.
I don't think that's the right route to go about teaching your kids. Like your son, I'm on the fence with that because say you had a few bad experiences, and matter of fact, let me back you. Why I'm not really for that, because you figure like this. Say you're in a household, it's a significant other, you got kids, couple of sons, couple of daughters, right? And is it a proper age to instill that or try to instill that? Because, like, for you to tell your son, don't never trust a female, never trust the B word, that's what we do say. But never trust a broad or a female. But yet your son will look at you like, so you don't trust my mother?
Right.
So how's his opinion for his mother gonna grow positive or negative? He might look at his mother in a whole nother light. Like you might have just turned this whole world around. Like
open up a door that.
Like she might tell him something and he might not take her word no more because it's like my father don't even trust you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now, is it an age where you can tell your son to be mindful of certain things or what to look out for in certain women? Not all of them, but he might could tell you like, you know what? I'm gonna tell you a few signs that I went through. This might be something you can look out for. This will let you know she really about you, not about you. You advise her. But if you don't do it, and you have not this knowledge in you, and your son get hurt, are you hurt? When your son get hurt, and do you blame yourself like I should have forewarned him?
Well, if you told him.
No, I said you didn't tell him what to look for.
You didn't tell him what to look for.
But you had this knowledge because you went through shit. You went through
something, right?
So when your son come home, he a little destroyed, throwing shit, he hurt, crushed, and you saw the signs, but you didn't want to interfere in his relationship. You didn't want to impose on his relationship.
Right.
So you kept your opinions to yourself.
Right.
But now your son come back to you hurt. Do you feel like, damn, I should have had that conversation with him? I should have talked to him. I should have told him.
It all depends on the situation and what he's upset about. Only reason why I'm saying that is because I might be the person that say, you know what, trial and error is how you learn, and not every situation is the same. Especially now with the new generation, they might get mad over the littlest thing that may not warrant trust or having the issue. You know what I'm saying? Now, if he's pouting and slamming shit and he's mad and he say, you know, Dad, there was a situation where she did X, Y, and Z, then I might say, well, I might get the full story, and then I might say, well, you know what? In life, this is how things happen. So moving forward, you should think about doing this. In the future, that might alleviate the stress and the pain. Might come your way at that moment. You know what I'm saying? When it do happen.
And that actually, I'm saying, you know she was hurt. You know the woman hurt him. Right. You saw the signs because you've been through them type of situations, but you didn't reach out or you didn't impose in that relationship to give him the insight, or you didn't give him no intel like, yo, bro, like, son, this is what I'm seeing this while you going through it. I've been through that already. I'm telling you, like, be a little bit more on point. This is what might happen before he fall off the cliff. Now you know this.
Right.
He fall off the cliff, and you never had that conversation. Do you feel bad that damn I saw the sign and I should have said? Right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Right. That's what I'm saying.
But I'm not. I'm gonna do a little assuming too, because he didn't have no conversation with me, but I saw the writing on the wall by his actions and things he might have said or whatever like that. But in the same token, right, to spin off, now here it is, you got your daughter. And you was a young man once. How do you spread that message to your daughter on trusting men?
Yeah, I don't never tell my daughter not to trust me. I tell my daughter straight up, like, it's no secret. I speak to him, I tell him, like, yo, listen, it's certain things, how to treat a man, how to deal with a man, what men do, what men don't do. All men are not bad, so I won't sit there and preach that, yo, you shouldn't. So if I tell her never trust a man, she gonna look at her father like a piece of shit. Like, I'm not supposed to trust men, but
I can trust you. I'm supposed to trust you.
Right, my mother trusted you, or this person trusted you, but yeah, plus you telling me don't trust a man, but I look up to you. I might want the dude I'm dealing with to be like you.
Right.
So I'll tell you, don't trust. You understand what I'm saying? Right. But it's instead I teach her certain ways to deal with a guy, or certain things to look out from a man, or I try to just put little plant seeds in the ground, so you know what I'm saying, so she can have an idea like. She has to learn. She has to fall and get up, and get up. You know what I'm saying? Because I could write a whole list of shit to look for in a man and don't mess with these type of men, and that might be the man she fall in love with. You know how the relationships go.
Right.
You know, sometimes you can be like, yo, stay away from him. I told you he ain't no good,
Right.
but I love him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You be like, what?
And you might not even be at the age
Damn,
of
man,
but
yeah.
she,
You
you know what I'm
can't,
saying?
you can't even wipe good. You white, you know what I'm saying? You can't even wash up good. It's
Right.
about
So
love him.
right? Yo,
So,
I'm in love with him.
yeah, you know? So, I mean, you still gotta tell him though.
Oh yeah, you gotta
You,
teach him.
you can love the man all you want, and if he hurts you, I'ma hurt him. Like that's pretty much what's gonna happen. Like so, all the love goes out the window. Crack his shit. He can get his shit cracked.
Right.
Well, he hurt the kid.
Well, it all depends on the hurt. What the hurt is. If she go through little growing pains, that's something I might not get involved with. Now, if he put his hands on her, that's a different story. But if he hurt,
I ain't talking about arguing. You're supposed to argue. That's part of the relationship.
Or if he do something that wasn't cool and hurt her bad, I still think that she should learn. That's the way she learned.
Right. So
by when you get older, that's how you learn. We learn growing pains. We learn the puppy love stages.
So basically, saying, so if your daughter have an argument with her boyfriend, right, and some harsh words is exchanged, that's part of life, yo. That's life.
Now, it is part of life. I don't know what it is. It's just like certain women, I think, grow up in a different manner. Like you could joke around with some chicks. You could joke around with like, you bitch, shut the fuck up, bitch, and they'll laugh and joke.
No, I'm talking about
it ain't about nothing.
They get in a heated argument.
Right.
Your dog get in a heated argument with her significant other, boyfriend, fiance, and they get bad about words, like to the point where words is cutting.
Right.
And she upset, and you feel that's a conversation once you see your daughter in that state to have with that man, or you'd be like, yo, y'all gonna figure it out. Y'all gotta work that shit out.
I'm gonna say y'all gotta work it out and realize that communication, that's still a part of communication because it was frustration. It don't necessarily mean that person meant what they said. It's just the sad part is.
Good in.
Yeah, it's the sad part is that it was said due to frustration. There's been times I said a lot of shit that I was frustrated about and I came across wrong, but that was the wrong choice of word to use. And you know how it goes. Once you use one word, a certain word, all the whole conversation went left because all they heard was that word.
Yeah,
so you know what I'm saying. So if the conversation comes back to me that it was verbal intercourse going on, then I'm gonna step back and be like, well, you know what? Those things do happen, but remember, words you cannot take back. You know what I'm saying? Like, I might say some shit that might hit you right in your rib, and you be like, damn, that's fucked up that you said that. You know what I'm saying? So it depends on the situation and what was said and how the person received it.
Then that's the opposite of sticks and stones will break my bones, or words can never hurt me.
That shit went out the That shit was never a good look. Cause ain't nobody gonna buy by that.
Oh, maybe people say shit just to get a rise out of you. They don't mean it.
They don't mean it.
A lot of people say shit they don't mean it.
I only said that to get you mad.
Yeah.
Right.
So, right. Yeah. I don't think everything said is the. I think sometimes that's women defense mechanism. Like, I'm going against a man, so I'm gonna be little.
Cause I'm not gonna hit him. If I fight him, I ain't
gonna beat him. So you
might gonna say some shit that hurt him.
I'm gonna cut his ass several words. You know, he sit there punching walls like
And the whole time you punching walls and yelling and they on the other side of that laughing. Cause sometimes they like, I did exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted to see if he give a fuck. I want to see if that's what's gonna push his button. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. And a lot of the times that shit is staged too. Sometimes that's already staged. Like, you know what? I'm tap his chin today. I feel like tapping his chin.
So if you tell them they not, like, say it is a situation, we just gonna dibble and dab a little bit. Let me see. I want to see how I can say this, because if you forewarn your kids about how men are not trusting your daughter, is there certain signs that you should tell her and watch for to let her know, like, this might go down a physical road, you need to get your ass out when you start seeing certain things?
Right. Yeah, if you start seeing certain things, you gotta say something.
No, I say, do you tell her beforehand? Do you give them, like, your heads up, like, yo, we in a relationship, you see certain signs?
You could roll the book. You could do the Dr. Hustle book. But the Dr. Hustle meaning,
But do that get a man a fair deal though? When you give your kids a sign, when you give your daughter a little guidelines work, do that get a dude a fair shake?
Nah, because you generalizing. He might be the nicest motherfucker. He might be the coolest motherfucker. Ain't even about nothing. And that sign might throw up a sign that ain't even legit, like that ain't even organic. But because you instill something in her head, that sign might be in her head like, yo, nah, he starting acting funny. Meanwhile, he ain't about nothing. He probably ain't acting funny. He probably just being who he is. He was who he was from the start. But he just being who he is. But
right.
Because they look up to you, like, well, you know what my father said, watch out for this. She ain't gonna tell him that, but she gonna move with him accordingly. Like, yo, you know what? Now I don't like how you moving. You moving a little fucked up. What's that about? Meanwhile, had you not have said nothing, she would have learned trial and error, just like pretty much. I'm not gonna say everybody did, but not everybody is the same. So maybe that kite shouldn't even have been the kite. But you know how we are as parents. We always gonna think that we got the blueprint to let them know that to expect these things when they do happen. Just how you should handle it.
So let me ask you. Like, I'm gonna answer this question too, but I'm gonna pose a question, and it's almost on the same guidelines, but it flipped it down still a little bit, but it's still. So say part of this is forewarning our men can be. Some men are like this, or some men have these tendencies, or some men, you know, like some of these men have these characteristics. And you don't forewarn her about the signs, right? And the dude go in her mouth. Dude put hands on her, right?
Alright. Crack that shit.
Right. Dude put hands on her. Now, she didn't notice the signs because she had no clue. She never seen it at home. I don't know this. You never told her the signs. I never told her, but she never seen like what to look for. Right. So when the signs was brewing, we know what they are, but we ain't itself. Then it come to the point, he put hands on her now. Now, with that being said, do you step in and say it's over, or do you step in and say he get a second chance?
It depends on the severity of the situation. I'm still not gonna condone him putting his hands on him. Him putting his hand on him. I'm not gonna condone. But I will say,
I ain't saying condone it.
No,
I got you.
So I'm saying, if because 90 times out of 100, and that's real shit. I think you go crazy, and then she go back with the nigga anyway. So the only thing you can say is you get your point across on how that crack, that shit was cracked, and then on top of that, then you deal with it accordingly with the individual, and make it very prevalent that he don't do that type of act again, or it's gonna be a problem for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but do you encourage her to leave him, or do you feel like they should just work it out?
Yeah, that Johnson thing. Yeah, I would say leave him, but if she gonna really leave him, she not gonna leave him. She gonna be like, Dad, it wasn't really nothing. It wasn't a big deal. Now it's a big deal because you my daughter, you my only daughter. Somebody put their hands on you.
You deserve a second. Do you think do people deserve a second chance?
Yes.
In the aspect?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. It, like I said.
That's why I
but I'm not gonna condone putting hands on.
No, not condoning.
And I would say that that's not what we do here. That's not what we supposed to do. That's not what we supposed to do.
Right.
We're not supposed to do that. Emotions get crazy.
I'll answer that also. I think in that instance, like,
because not to cut you, but your initial instinct is gonna be leave the nigga alone because I might either hurt him, kill him. He shouldn't be putting.
No,
but
yeah, my initial thing would be to hurt him off the rip. But like you said, they're in a relationship. You gotta be understanding, and then the last thing you want is for your child to what's the right word for that? Transmission slipping through. When your child when you hurt them and they pull away from you, like they just don't have no it's almost like letting them down, but it's the right word. It's a word for it. Because they like
disappoint them.
Yeah, I guess like you don't want to disappoint your kid. Like where they like, damn, like I'm disappointed in you. Like you reacted,
Right.
and you ain't give me an opportunity to tell you what happened. Maybe she stirred the pot.
She could have. Maybe.
Like say you running in, you go in there on some Rambo shit. She might have stirred the pot. So then, like in my instance, I think sometimes you guys, as far as telling the kids, your daughters, how to deal with me, tell them like, yo, your job is to get your point across. And when that man gets to a certain temperature,
You gotta leave
you
him be.
leave that situation alone.
Leave him alone.
When he want to walk out the door, you let him walk out. Don't run behind him or jump in front of the door. We ain't going no. Let that man leave. When he need air and he taking the proper steps to get out of this situation so it don't escalate, let him go.
Absolutely.
He'll come back when he cool the fuck down. Then when he cool down, then y'all talk about it.
Right.
But don't keep throwing lighter fluid on the fire and keep it going. But then now he turned around and then it escalate to a point where it shouldn't be. You know what I'm saying?
But like
It neither condone, doesn't make it right.
Right.
You know?
and to speak on this, because you know, like I know that we could go on and on, and we could talk Red Talk World, we could talk and make this thing a thing, whatever. So you know, we get to that point of the rap. But I will say this. It's hard to gain trust. One of the hardest things in the beginning, if you don't have trust, is to get yourself to trust someone. But the crazy, like, Rubik's Cube, John, is when you lose the trust, to gain it back. That's the hardest part, man, when you gaining back trust. Like,
Yeah, I think you get people trust first.
right,
I trust everybody.
right.
When you lose
When
it,
you
though,
lose
it's
it,
on
it's-
you.
it's on
You
you,
lost
right.
it. I gave it
And
to
it's
you.
hard. It's a hard feat, and I can speak by example. I can speak from experience. And let me tell you, I wouldn't wish that on nobody, but especially when you hurt somebody that's dear to you. You know what I'm saying? And you know, most people in the world, they always say like cheating, stealing. Yo, I let you in my house, man. You touched my kids. You know, it's different levels of the trust. But when you give your in and you let the guard down and the trust goes out, it's fucked up. But I will say, there's always room for recovery. But your heart gotta be in it, and you gotta take what come with it to gain the trust back.
See, but you
You know what I'm saying? It's hard.
You always
but you want to gain the trust.
You'll get a person to trust back, but you gotta understand, you can forgive, but you don't forget. And it's never, to me personally, it's hard to get it back the same. Once that trust is tampered with, lost, you try to regain it, it's never gonna have that same luster. It's not gonna shine the same. It's gonna be shiny. It ain't gonna be no VVS. It's like it's gonna shine.
but
It's gonna have a little.
I got it.
It's gonna have a little.
It's gonna be a blemish.
It's gonna have a little yellow tint to it, but
you
you
still
gotta be willing to accept. Once you accept that it might not be the same level as it was, but it's still there, then you gotta eat that. That's the only way you get past that. You gotta understand that it's not gonna ever be the exact same. It's not. It's been damaged already. That's like hitting your car. It's never going to be the same car again. Once you drive it off the lot, and that car get hit, you can fix it. It look brand new. The damage is still the damage, so you can fix it. But as long as you know, as long as you keep trying to make it, and keep fixing it, and trying to make it back to how it was.
That's the key, though.
You know what I mean? Just don't give up.
The key, though, not to give. That's the main thing.
But
Don't
understand that there is a chance that it might not be that no more. But
I'm always gonna think positive. Say that it could get better.
no, I'm thinking positive. I said it could get good, but reality is that it might not be ever the same again. It might be better. Just because it's not the same again don't mean it's gonna be bad. The trust might even be greater than it was before. Sometimes you go through shit make you tighter than you was before you went through it.
That's true.
So it don't always have to
That's
be
a good way to
negative.
spin it.
It don't always have to be negative. Some people go through shit and be like, you realize what it was and like, oh shit, I almost lost everything. You go hard, that shit go through the roof.
Yeah.
It don't always
Good,
be.
good,
It don't.
man, that's a good nail.
It don't always have to be a
That
bad
is a good
turnout.
nail
So
Get
sometimes
to the end.
a bad thing could make you understand what you could not have had no more.
So,
So
not to beat it up, not to go crazy, give you a jewel of the week. Because we're about to wrap it up. About to get to it. Been real.
shit, I just went in the jewelry store a little bit. I gotta find some more diamonds.
That was a nice
that was jewel. I think I got one more. I got
Alright.
one more, but that was a good jewel.
That was a good
but
jewel.
then you could dip a dab, the
I
dab,
would say
and the
this.
dip.
I'm gonna say this. My jewel of the week is this, and I say it potato bread, the potato bread way, and it's potato bread approved. Just because you paint a certain picture, don't mean that's what you see on the picture. Always realize that the cup has got to be half empty, never full. Because if it's overflowing, it ain't good. If it's half full, you got room. You know what I'm saying? You can drink all of it, or you can say, you know what, let me keep some. When it's overflowing, you're trying to overtake everything. You're trying to gobble, 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 gobble because it's full. Leave it half empty, a little in the middle, and your life and everything in life will flourish. But always remember, not every picture that you see that's painted is what you're looking at. And that, jewel people, is potato bread approved.
Potato bread approved. Caught you. I'm sorry, people. I'm burning bugs right now. All right, people. Let me see if I got a jewel. I'm thinking of a jewel. I'm thinking of a master plan like Rod Kemp. Yeah, like, man, listen. That's the jewel of the day right there. I'm going with potato bread with the jewel of the day. That's the jewel of the day.
Yeah.
That was well put. And it is, man. I mean, that was well put. I mean, it's not too much to really build. I think we dropped a lot of jewels in this whole show. So that's why I said that line about I might have to go back to the jewelry store because I think I dropped little diamonds.
You did.
I dropped a lot of diamonds.
You was Sierra Leone a minute
Word
ago.
of my diamonds are forever.
But
Forever.
we're not gonna sit here and drag you and take you through turning styles and all that. All I'm gonna say is, man, take heed to everything that we say. Take heed, leave comments, speak your piece. I appreciate those that leave comments.
You know that meme when the guy be like this, he hold his head, he thinking,
Ain't nothing wrong.
It makes sense, man.
If it's you take it however way you want,
it how you
food for
want,
thought,
man.
you do the dishes.
Don't ever be full.
But
There's always room.
always understand that, and I can say this and I'll make this clear, we done. We gone. Trust is very important. And just do your best
And
keep that
communication.
trust.
Gotta have communication.
Just do your best, man. This is not a good thing when that trust
You
dissipates
gotta have trust and communication, man.
all day. So,
With
the
the
Bread Talk
communication.
world,
Yo,
it's been real.
close to the bread,
Potato bread,
potato
peas.
bread, peas,
Y'all know what it is.
bread talk show.
Bread Talk Show,
You
man.
know what I'm saying? We made it quick. This is like Pop Tarts with orange juice.
All
We did it.
day.
This is a quick breakfast, baby.
All day.
Continental breakfast.
Continental
It's a
breakfast.
continental breakfast.
With a little croissant.
Little mini muffins and shit, you know?
Anyway, it's been real. Stay
We out here,
loyal. Stay
people.
mighty. Till next week.
Let's win, let's work. Culture Pussies Volume 1. Still streaming everywhere, man.
All
Tap
day.
in.
Tap in.
Number 7.
Number 7
Number 7.
and 8.
Growth, baby. You heard? Boom!
Bye.